What's up guys, Rage Quitting here, back with another video guide for you guys. This time we're going to do the Dagger Pistol, Daredevil, Thief build. I just played the smoothest Dagger Pistol game in a ranked match. I was Platinum previously, like 3 years ago, before I quit playing the game, and I came back now. I'm not anywhere near that just yet. I haven't really played too much ranked, but this is where I'm sitting right now. But this match was super easy. I was just all over the place, right where I needed to be every time, just hitting the right targets and just taking people down. But anyway, let's go into the build here, and then I'll show you how to play Dagger Pistol, and then we'll show you the gameplay, and I'll commentate over it to show you a little bit more how to play Dagger Pistol, in the arena setting. But anyway, going into the build here, so I don't want to spend too much time on the build. You guys can always, go ahead and read the traits on your own and stuff like that, but we'll just go through everything real quick. So in Trickery, Thrill of the Crime, Bountiful Theft, and Sleight of Hand, this is just going to buff our steal. We're going to get buffs when we steal, and we're going to put steal on a lower cooldown and also give it a daze. All right, next in Deadly Arts, we're going to take Mug, Panic Strike, and Improvisation. What this does is Steal will now deal damage. When you hit players below 50% HP, you're automatically going to put a poison debuff on them and root them in place. And then also, whenever we land Steal, one of the 3 of our utility skills are going to be reset at random. So pretty nice there. You will reset one of these 3 skills, and they are always useful in all situations. So you're going to be able to use your utility skills more often. All right, in the Daredevil one, we're going to take Marauder's Resilience, Havoc Specialist, and Dash. Marauder's Resilience for more HP, Havoc Specialist for more damage, and Dash for more mobility. All right, going up into the utilities that I choose to use. So I like to take Withdraw. This is personal preference. I really like the evade frame on it and the fact that it gets rid of movement impeding conditions. But you can always take Channeled Vigor, which is a very strong heal. Personal preference here. I prefer to play with Withdraw. The next one is Blinding Powder, so puts you and nearby allies into stealth, and it's also a stun break. Shadow Step, it's a stun break twice, going out and coming back, it's a stun break, and on the way back, it cleanses 3 conditions. I mainly use this for the mobility that it provides. And then Signet of Agility grants increased precision, refill endurance, and cleanse conditions from nearby allies. So if you're standing close to allies, you can remove 3 conditions from them and yourself, but when you're not using it, you have passive crit chance. Also, you can refill dash dodge, so it'll almost give you a full dash here. So as long as you don't use all of your dodges, you can use this and then be able to use one more dodge. And then Basilisk Venom. I share this with my team every 40 seconds if possible, but if not, I just use it on myself. This allows me to stun the target on my next attack. So you got to make sure your next attack lands so you can make use of that stun. Okay, so talking about Dagger Pistol, the weapon set itself, okay, if you watched the Dagger guide that I made previously, you know what the first 2 skills do. This is an auto attack, but when you're in stealth, your Dagger 1 changes to Backstab, and it does more damage if you are behind the target. Okay, only usable from stealth. The second one is Heartseeker. It's a little leap like this, okay? The lower health the enemy is, the more damage Heartseeker will do at the 50% threshold and then the 25% threshold. Pistol 3 is Shadow Shot, so it's a 2-part skill. The first one shoots a shot out, okay? That first shot will then blind the target, so their next outgoing ability will miss. The second part of the ability, it shadow steps you to the target, so very easy to chase down targets with Dagger Pistol. If they're running away from you, you just keep shadow shot onto them, step onto them with shadow shot. They're blind for their next ability, so you don't have to waste dodges or anything like that, and just keep chasing them with that. Headshot is your Pistol 4, so this is another daze. You can use this to interrupt heals, interrupt casts, whatever. You see something that you don't want them to get off, you hit them with a headshot. Typically, I kind of just use it at least once when people are like below 50% health. Usually that's, when people try to panic and hit some buttons that'll save their lives, and then you might get lucky with a headshot and just boop, cancel whatever they're doing, and then they're locked out of that skill, and then it's easier to kill them. All right, and then the last one here, Black Powder, your Pistol 5, puts a black powder on the ground like this, but it also shoots a shot out at your current target, so it looks like this. So you put blind around the ground, and then you put blind on the enemy for their next outgoing attack. Okay. Doing a blind plus your Heartseeker will then put you into stealth, just like how you saw me do right there. All right, I'll show it to you one more time. like this. Heartseeker in. Now I'm in stealth. And then I can land a backstab. Okay, that's the main way you're going to get into stealth with Dagger Pistol, is to do Pistol 5, follow up with a Heartseeker, and now you're in stealth. Then you can land backstabs just like that. Okay. Now, when you get the down on an opponent here, it's good to go back into stealth as you're doing your stomp channel, just like so. Okay. And if you wanted to, you could start the channel of your stomp and then shadow step away, and when the stomp is about to be finished casting, you can then shadows return back onto the body and get the clean stomp, and nobody can really stop you from doing it. All right, so those are the weapon skills. All right, next things to combo also is your blinding powder. So if you, let's say you want to gain some stealth, you can use Heartseeker through this black powder 3 times if you're fast enough. You just need to make sure that you don't have anybody targeted, because if you have something targeted, even though I'm facing this way and I do a Heartseeker, it's going to do it towards, you know, that way. So whenever you're trying to triple Heartseeker through your black powder for a longer lasting stealth, you need to make sure you don't have anything targeted. Okay? So you Heartseeker, you turn around. You don't have to be inside the black powder and then Heartseeker. You can do it from outside in. So like this, if I'm outside and going into it, it'll still put me in stealth, right? So when you're trying to do the triple Heartseeker, the first one's going to put you out of the circle. Then you can turn around, go in, and then turn around and go out. Like this, and then you'll gain much longer lasting stealth, okay? Like 6 seconds or so. All right. If you wanted to extend it even further, then you can use your blinding powder while you're already stealth, and then it'll add some duration to the stealth, okay? Other combos here, typically with Dagger Pistol, you're more like team-oriented because you have these blinds, and you have Basilisk Venom, you have blinding powder that you can use to help save your teammates as well, put them into stealth. But you also have a team stealth, so you need short bow for your secondary weapon set here. And what you do is you put black powder on the ground, and then your team will stand near it. And then you can switch into your short bow and spam your short bow 2 skill, which is Cluster Bomb. And it does a AoE stealth. So you can put your whole team into stealth like this. All right. The most cluster bombs you can get off in that period is 3, as long as you have full initiative. You should be able to land 3 cluster bombs inside that stealth ring to make that stealth last longer. So basically, as a thief, for the team play at the start of a match, you go with your team to mid. Typically, someone else should go cap the home node, because you want to be able to go to mid with your team, put everybody into stealth, and then share your Basilisk Venom to everybody as well. Okay, and you'll see me do that at the start of the match that I recorded in Gold 2. All right. Other things here to note, if you don't already know, your short bow, the short bow 3 skill has a evade frame on it. The arrow that it shoots out will slow the enemy if it hits, and then you evade going backwards. All right. The 4 skill, choking gas, is an AoE green circle that you put on the ground. This is a poison debuff. Also, when it lands, this is also a daze. So if that initial hit lands on enemies, it dazes them. And then, so this is, the choking gas is really good for securing kills on downed opponents from a safe distance. Like if it's not safe enough to actually move in to try and do a stomp, you can stay at range with short bow. You just put two of these down, and then you just start auto attacking it with your short bow 1 skill. And this 1 skill bounces around multiple times, and it deals pretty heavy damage. All right, and then lastly, I think the most important part of the reason why you choose to use short bow is for the mobility. So short bow 5, you can port around the map, and it can take you up and down ledges. As long as there's a valid path. Some ledges might not be able to do that, but for the most part, you should be able to. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the weapon sets and the utility skills. Let's go into the amulet, rune, and sigils. So we want the most damage as possible. So I like to take the Berserker amulet. You can run Marauders if you want, but you know, even though you get a little bit more HP, the damage is lacking with Marauder Amulet. So I like to use Berserker. Problem is Berserker doesn't have any HP on it, so we are going to use the Rune of Divinity, which gives us 10% more max HP, and then additional stats to all of our stats, okay? And this combined with the Daredevil trait line that we chose earlier, this one right here, Marauder's Resilience, gives you 7% vitality based on a percentage of power. So Berserker has 1200 power on it, so we're getting power converted to HP with that, so we're sitting at around 15k HP, okay? Going into the weapons here, Sigil of Opportunity, deal 5% extra damage to movement impaired foes. Anytime you land a Basilisk Venom, their movement is impaired. You deal 5% more damage to them. If you land a disabling shot with your short bow, you know, they're crippled. Their movement is impaired. You are dealing more damage to them. And typically, we're around the team fight, so your other friendly players will most likely have some kind of slows or roots or something on the enemy players, and so you will deal 5% more damage to them from that, okay? The next one is Sigil of Exploitation. Deal 5% damage to targets below 50% health. Pretty self-explanatory with that. On the short bow, we like to use the short bow for defensive reasons, you know, for quickly rotating around the map or getting out of scary places. So for the short bow, we have Sigil of Cleansing. Remove one condition when you swap to this weapon while in combat. And then also Sigil of Energy. Gain 25% of your endurance when you swap to this weapon while in combat. So reason being is as soon as things get hairy and you need to use your dodges, you dodge out, right? Then you switch to your short bow. It'll then refill some of that endurance. If you need some more, you can use your Signet of Agility so that you can use more dash dodges, okay? Because dash is, you know, covers a lot of ground. It's pretty fast and it gives you swiftness. And then use your short bow to rotate around the map or to exit combat, because, you know, running away a certain distance exits combat, and then you can refill your health very quickly while you're out of combat. And then if you want, you can just come right back into the fight, okay? It's very, very easy to exit combat as a Daredevil thief with short bow because you can just cover so much distance, right? So short bow, right? Dash, 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 right? And then short bow again, okay? And then by this time, I probably would exit combat if there was a fight way over there where I started. And then my health will regen, and then I can just, you know, walk right back in if I choose to, okay? You should never fight to the death on a thief, because if at any point you want to slip away from the fight, you can very, very easily, and you should, because there's always, you know, something that you could be doing instead of being dead. But anyway, that's going to do it for this portion of the guide. From here, I'm going to roll the recorded gameplay that I just did with Dagger Pistol in Gold 2, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get to it. Alright guys, here is the ranked match I played earlier today. This is Gold 2, trying to knock off the rust, get right back into Plat where I used to be 3 years ago. But anyway, nobody is going to home, so I come here, I share Basilisk Venom with my team, and I run over and go to capture home, use Shortbow 5 to get there a little bit faster, and then stand on the node. I'm looking at the mini-map. Our Revenant is rotating over too far, so right now there's 4 enemies at mid and 3 of our teammates at mid, so they are outnumbered. So I feel like I should go to mid as soon as possible to try and even it up. Maybe I could have went too far to outnumber that, and then we could have easily, you know, 2v1 that guy, but this is the decision I made. I pick a low target, use Blinding Powder, and steal right into there. Try to do some damage. Try to get a backstab in there. That's why I use Blinding Powder right away. I see that the other guy is running away down below, but I can catch up to him easily. So Shadow Step, Shadow Shot, boom, done. Put down the Black Powder, Heartseeker to get some stealth, and then do the Stomp, and then Shadow's Return. Okay, the mid wasn't fully capped, so I stood on it for us. And then here, we're just waiting for them to respawn and come back. So I'm kind of just looking at the map, making sure nobody's crossing over to decapture us. I put the Black Powder down and Cluster Bomb with the short bow to get their team into stealth. The enemy guy runs into the Dragon Hunter's traps, so I spike him at the same time with the Steel combo, Steel Backstab combo. Alright, moving on to the next thing. Shadow Shot chasing. I blinding powder. The warrior puts up his full counter, so I make sure I don't hit into it. So I start hitting the Ellie instead. But it takes a lot to kill an elementalist. I get pushed here, use blind and Heartseeker to gain stealth, chase with, Shadow Step, and then I use the Pistol 3 skill, the Shadow Shot, but I canceled the second part of the animation to land a backstab. So if you're in stealth and you use your Pistol 3 skill to do the Shadow Shot, you can then teleport into them with the Shadow Step that's attached to that skill. But if you're spamming backstab at the same time, then it won't do the second part of the Shadow Shot. It'll do your backstab instead. So that's what I did there. Alright, looking around the map, nobody's crossing over to decapture us, so I'm going to go rotate into far and +1 the 2v2 that they got going on over here. Heartseeker steal, help put down the warrior. Put the black powder down, Heartseeker to gain stealth, and then do the stomp so that I can't be, interrupted. Tried to pistol 4 days the Ellie there, but he had a block up, so it got blocked. Use short bow to move up the map. Cluster bomb steal onto this guy for some nice damage, and then I share Basilisk Venom with my teammate here, so I just use auto attacks. We turn him into stone, and then we get an easy down. We control everything. Now the objective is up here, so we're gonna go take it. I get stunned as soon as I step onto the node, so I just use blinding powder. It takes me out of the stun and it puts me into stealth, and then I got an easy backstab on him for the down. I tried to shadow step stomp him, but I got interrupted, so I had to just shadows return to break that, another stun, and then go ahead and just auto attack whatever. I switch into short bow here just to stay at a distance while I just pew pew from far. Steal in to interrupt, and then now we're just chasing down a warrior. I use his stolen ability here to get some nice damage on him with the black powder on the ground, which combo fields with the warrior stolen ability for blinding bolts. Alright, and then here, I don't want to... Our team is already here, so that's why I'm moving here to assist here. So I dodge the ranger ability, turn on Basilisk Venom, switch into my Dagger Pistol, blinding powder, Heartseeker steal, backstab, and then things get hairy here, so I just, leave. I get stunned by the warrior. I shadow step out, then I put the black powder down, Heartseeker shadows return, and I happen to hit this guy here and put him down, but he gets revived from, one of our teammates going down. But this was super lucky. I was like, what's going on? All I did was, Heartseeker to shadows return, because all I wanted to do was get back into stealth and get back into the fight, but I ended up actually being able to put somebody down, so that was super lucky. And then right here, he's in berserker mode, so I use a couple dodges to stay safe. Use the stolen ability on him again to deal good damage. And then there I blinding powder, or black powder, Heartseeker to gain stealth, and then followed up with blinding powder to extend the duration so they don't really see me rotating. But and then right here, this Ellie is not really my target of choice. If I were to try to 1v1 it, it would take me forever. But in this case, we've got 3 people chasing it down, so we put him down. And then here, kind of just waiting for him to get into a better position so I can go in, because I don't know if he looked like he was gonna run away anyway. So he's trying to out rotate and whatever, but I just chase him down with shadow shots. As soon as he's in the down state, I just switch targets, shadow shot the next guy, put him down too, and then I'm gonna go over to the other guy that's healthy. I get stunned right here, or netted, so I just immediately blinding powder, which puts me in stealth, and then I steal backstab on him for 7k. And then with the help of my teammates that were also there, we happen to put him down very quickly. And then this guy's gonna stand on the node, so there's no point in 2 people standing on the node because it doesn't capture any faster. So I let him stand on the no while I rotate back, because I'm really fast too as a thief. So thief can rotate, pretty much out-rotate anybody. Stand on the cap here. Alright. So I got stunned by his bull's charge, but I ended up just using my withdraw to get my health back, used the blinding powder to put me into stealth, and then I put down the black powder, plus used the stolen ability, warrior ability on him again, so that whole time he's blind, but he's taking a whole bunch of damage at the same time. And it's pretty much the game. Pretty one-sided match, but I felt like it was a pretty good one from the Dagger Pistol side. So here I'm chasing with Shadow Step and Shadow Shot. Dodge out some of his abilities. I get knocked down here, so then I use my Shadow's Return to get out of that knockdown. Blind Heartseeker, or Black Powder Heartseeker to get into stealth, and then just throw some cluster bombs at him since he's up there. Short bow 3 to evade something if he were to try to attack me, because I saw him jump down towards me. But anyway, that's going to be the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe you have a little bit of a better idea of how to play Dagger Pistol. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on another one. Peace.